G'day again, John Dan Tunage here in Melbourne, Australia. I'm just jumping on board a thread I've just seen put out by Mike over at MGK Boston. He wants us to show the words, we'll spell the word football in records. Easy one to get on board with. And I'll do them one on 7-inch singles because they're a lot easier to put away. So I'll cheat a bit and do it that way. And also, they'll all be Aussie, New Zealand, of course. We've just had our football seasons finished last weekend here in Australia. The AFL was on the Saturday and won by good old Collingwood forever. There's their theme song. This is actually the first record I ever bought with my own money, or actually I won a $2 record voucher back in 1981 at school. We had like a walkathon or something, and certain people got their names pulled out, and you won a $2 voucher, and these were $1.99 at the time. This isn't the one I used to have because that was long gone, but that would have been 1981. So my first ever vinyl record that I bought was the Collingwood theme song, of course. And back then they were losing so many grand finals, it wasn't funny. Then finally in 1990 they won after 22 years something, because 1958 was the previous. But then they've won since in 2010, and they just won last weekend. So, we're pretty well satisfied with Collingwood victories. But, they're probably the most hated team. If you don't barrack for them, you hate them. That's sort of what happens. So I'll rub it in a little bit with the Collingwood theme song. The NRL, that's another sport I like. But, there's not much sort of records or anything that I've got of theirs or whatever. But, it's a really good sport as well. And that was played on the Sunday, and Penrith beat Brisbane. So that's the two football codes we've had in Australia, and they're all over. Like, we call football not the round ball, because we call that soccer, but I know you over in Britain call it football, but we refer to football as the Aussie rules or NRL. So anyway, so let's get the F first. Falling Joys, great band, Susie Higgy led band, really sort of jangly pop type, late 80s stuff. This is probably their most well-known song. Locket, and that's on a purple vinyl. For O, the Odolites, which is a rather strange name because it's a theodolite, which you could probably put in Kathleen. This is one song I got of theirs on 7-inch, Kathleen's Tantrum on Rampant. Tassie from memory. I haven't got any I didn't do any notes, I just threw this together quickly, but that's on the Rampant label, probably late-ish 1980s. And the second O, this is a movie Mrs. D and I finally found and saw, and that is Dogs in Space, that Michael Hutchence of In Excess was in, and he wasn't a very good actor, I can tell you that. But this is one of the tracks out of that called Win-Lose with Ollie Olsen, and it's that on the Chase label. He ended up doing some other stuff with Michael. He had I think it was Echo Homo and... what was the other one? Max Q. I think he did some work as well. But it was a very interesting bit of a dystopian movie. So if you haven't seen it, it's a good sort of look at what inner Melbourne looked like in the 1980s. So Ollie Olsen and the Win-Lose song. And then T, this was one of my mum's favourite bands, and Tism. And this is their hilarious song, Saturday Night Palsy. Tism, this is serious, Mum. And crazy band, but good fun. So T is Tism. For B, let's go for one of my favourite ever tunes, is Smoking Her Wings by the Bats. Absolutely gorgeous track, really love this. Very 1980s, of course, on the New Zealand Flying Nun label. So B is the Bats. And then for A, which also gets back to the football, which is Angry Anderson's Bound for Glory, his song. This came out in about 89, but they used this in the 1990 grand final. He was the halftime entertainment, in inverted commas, and he's cruising around in a Batmobile at the old VFL Park, which is now a housing estate. And at the time, it was the worst ever halftime performance. And it was hilariously now inept. You can see it on YouTube. It's absolutely hilarious. You can see all these people in cars just going, "What the hell's going on?" But it was great. I loved it, and I was there. I'm happy to say I was there. But we had Kiss this year at the AFL one. And yeah, they did pretty good. I reckon they performed pretty well. But the shame on the the video director at Channel 7, because he missed the guitar smash apparently, because we saw him. It was Paul Stanley. He just twirled his guitar around ready to smash, and of course it didn't show it because he was on another shot or something. But yeah, they did pretty well for a 70 plus group of guys. Yeah, it was pretty good halftime entertainment. And then for the two L's, Damien Lovelock, Damo, he was the lead singer of the Celibate Rifles, and the Disco Inferno 7-inch. Love that. There's a lot of people that absolutely hate it, but I reckon it's a really good version. Yeah, the cover of the, oh God, I can't remember who did it, but yeah, Disco Inferno. Brilliant song. And another really great song to finish, the last of the L's, is the Lipstick Killers. And this is, yeah, quite a challenging one to find, it was. Finally got it. Hindu Gods of Love from the Lipstick Killers on the Lost in Space label. So there's my spelling of football. And my sport that I actually prefer more than football is coming up now, or it's actually over in India. They've got the 50 over World Cup thing that comes every 4 years. And I love cricket. And this was the big song in the 70s. Come on Aussie, come on. That's when World Series, when Kerry Packer had taken over establishment cricket and created a secondary sort of competition. There's the Aussie team at the time, or Packer's Aussie team. Yeah, Come on Aussie, come on, by, I think it's the Mojo Singers, and they were, yeah, very well known song from the 70s. Most people know that. If you're anyway into cricket, you'll know the Come on Aussie, come on song. But anyway, so a proper C, I'll put C. Richard Clapton, local bloke that used to get on Countdown quite a bit. He wasn't a teeny bopper or a heartthrob or anything like that. This is one of his really good tracks of I Am an Island. And R, killer tune this. R for Radio Birdman, and this is Aloha Stephen Dano. Bit of an ode to the Hawaii Five-0 show. So yeah, love that. And for I'm Talking, which one was Kate Sobrano's band, sort of a funky, dancey type 1980s stuff. Yeah, she's got a big career on her own now, but she was in this band I'm Talking. It's probably one of the well-known tracks, Trust Me. And for the second C, The Clouds, rather like the Falling Joys earlier. They're that jangle sort of sound that they had in the 80s and 90s. And this is on the Red Eye label, and that's their song Hieronymus. And we'll go over the ditch again for K. Chris Knox. This is another really good song, this, Not Given Lightly. And yeah, once again, a Flying Nunna. So that's K and Chris Knox. And the E, Electric Pandas. This was led by Lynn Buckfield, little high energy sort of lady she was, and this is their song Big Girls, mid-ish 1980s I think, or were they on the regular label? And the last one, T for cricket, is T, and one of the best ever Aussie songs we've ever had is the Triffids and Wide Open Road. Yeah, Aussie, absolute Aussie classic that is, on the White Hot label. So there's, I'll spell cricket for my favourite sport. So there you go, that was pretty easy to do. Yeah, thanks for putting it up, Mike. Easy one to find, and yeah, it won't be too hard to put all them away. So yeah, for everybody who watched, thanks very much, and catch you later.